And our first story up is all about survival and escape. Bacon is escape.
Yeah, there was a pig running loose in West Hollywood for a couple of days. Everyone was chasing the pig.
And this is it's saying famed songstress. So who adopted the Diane Warren adopted?
Yeah, Diane Warren, who everybody knows Diane Warren. The pig was being pursued by all kinds of people with video cameras. And he just kept running. It was on the news every night here. And now he was captured and put into a facility, and now she's adopted him.
Okay. Well, to be fair, have you seen, I haven't tried it personally, but have you seen people try to catch pigs? It's like trying to catch chickens. It is not.
They couldn't even get close. They didn't even get close to this pig. First of all, he was out on the street. Mm-hmm. So there's cars going. I mean, there was nobody really close to getting him,
Oh, I believe it. They're not easy to catch. They don't want to be caught, and they're smart as hell. They're among the smartest land animals out there. Summer slumber for Gen Z.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. They fewer Gen Zers are donning embarrassing uniforms, Eric, to work for peanuts in the heat, with just 35% of 16 to 19-year-olds holding gigs this summer. It's about summer teenage jobs, which is a kind of a measuring stick of the overall economy, I think. In other words, the amount of teens with jobs in June and July was up a couple of percentage points from last year. So not like it used to be, but still a measuring stick.
Depending on where you are.
Well, they mentioned the pandemic, how none of them had a job, and now it's been incrementally coming back.
That's true. But what I'm saying is, I think some of the problems have come forth too, because it used to be like you go work at McDonald's as a teenager or Burger King or what have you, and they were low minimum wage jobs, but now they're jacking up the starting salary so much that some of the teenagers are getting squeezed out of them because they're trying to treat the jobs like, oh no, this is a career. Like you're supposed to be doing that. So I don't know. It should be interesting.
We saw this
block attack. Oh, well, there you go. I played the video of that.
We saw that,
which is definitely fun. That Darth Vader was appearing in front of the city council, and I don't think it was Alex Stein. Somebody's saying that was Alex Stein in the uniform. I don't think it was. Okay, I actually tweeted this.
Yeah, you saw this one. This was accidentally released, I think, by Netflix or something. Yeah, or Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime.
I tweeted this out because I saw it in the New York Post that they accidentally released the Jason Statham movie, and my tweet was, and people didn't realize it was a new movie.
All of his movies look kind of the same, right?
That was my point. Yes.
Yeah. Good point.
It's not the high level comedy, but it is a fair point. $10 to watch.
$10, Eric. This is the bridge over the 101 for the mountain lions. Okay. So they're having a grand opening of the bridge, and they're charging people $10 to come and watch, I guess, the ribbon cutting ceremony of the bridge. It's just crazy. Most of this was private money, but there is some public money in it. They have created an overpass with trees and bushes and everything else that I believe will be occupied by the homeless as soon as it opens. I just don't see the animals gravitating to floating above 18 lanes of traffic and feeling comfortable going over it. I don't think they're that smart, but the homeless are, and they will be putting tents up there shortly.
Well, I was thinking, I thought you were going to say that, in order to feed the wildlife, but never mind.
No, they did this so a potential cougar would not be hit by a truck.
No, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking if the homeless is stoned enough that the cougar could have a meal, technically, if they did choose to go up there.
You could combine the two, but I don't see how the cougars are going to just on their own go up there. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, while we're talking about a bridge opening, I'm going to go and share this of a traditional bridge opening that is kind of wild. So this car, I'm going to have to fast forward through it. So it pulls up just a little bit above the line here. And let's go ahead and fast forward. Bridge opening.
Why did he stop there?
I don't know if it was intentional or a stunt, but this is like...
I mean, he must know that's the hinge, like right there. I mean, that black thing.
I hope so.
This can't be good for your car.
Yeah, I don't think so. I wonder what it does for tires in California.
Probably makes it wear out faster. Oh, he's trying to get out now. It's kind of safe if he stays in the car, but now there's a crack right there. Oh, he's still driving at this schmuck.
Oh, is it a front wheel drive?
Yeah, a front wheel drive, but the rear wheel's not going to help him now. Because look where the rear wheel is. He can't go anywhere. Oh, maybe with the front wheel, he could yank it out of there.
Maybe.
He's going to get out and look at it now.
No, I don't think it was intentional.
You know, it's a good idea to put the wipers on because that'll help.
Yeah, well, you know, it's given. It's like when you're walking, you want to go faster, you pump your arms, right? That's the wiper arms.
Clearly loser of the week.
Yeah, you think? This guy,
now he's going to call someone. No, he's calling AAA. He's calling AAA.
Hey.
073-269-43H is my AAA number.
Let's see how we going to do.
Should lift the tires up a little bit. Now, look, he's looking at it now. Never mind. I'll be home in a couple of minutes. I'm going to get some milk. Never mind.
Unbelievable.
What a schmuck.
A miracle, too, that car survived all that.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my bridge crossing story. All right, next up we have $550,000 for dangling ride duo.
Yeah, these people were stuck on a ride at the Oaks Amusement Park in Portland and terrified. They were 13 and 14 years of age, trapped like rats up there, and the jury ruled that the two of them, now 16, should be awarded $275,000 each after the pair had sued the park and the ride's manufacturer. More than 900,000 people visit Oaks every year. 9 people file lawsuits, Eric, with 7 settling, all for different amounts.
Wow. I'm fine with them getting paid. It just seems a little high, but okay.
All right.
I mean, I guess. I mean, think about that. 275,000 each at 16. Jesus, they hit the lottery, dude. And buy a house. Well, not where you are, depending where you are. Hot seat for Luigi Styling, the Marc Jacobs story, right?
Yeah, we covered this one. It's just fascinating that Jacobs would do this.
He probably has a crush on him.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Gay as a $3 bill, Jacobs.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's not uncommon. Running assist.
I thought you might want to apply for this job, Eric. You might get in there. We want to wrestle a rapper and get paid for it. A job ad popped up seeking a 24/7 assistant for a demanding musician described only as a celebrity hip hop entertainer. It doesn't say who it is in Calabasas, where they all live for some reason. The unnamed star is looking for someone to, among other things, housekeeping, gardening, manicure, pedicure, hair groomer, wardrobe stylist, make sure a celebrity receives meals from personal chef. Imagine being enslaved in this job. You probably want to kill yourself. It also requires that the candidate exercise with the celebrity in his gym. sessions, runs, MMA, hot yoga. It doesn't list the salary.
Jesus. Well, if you live in Hollywood, what do these assistants do?
This
I mean,
is what they do. This is part of the description.
I was thinking like Matt Perry, wasn't his assistant that found him in the hot tub, but probably was helping
His
him do this.
assistant injected him with drugs.
Exactly.
That wasn't in the ad.
No, that wasn't in the ad, but I'm just saying, I mean, what a crazy ass job description.
It's an insane job. It's insane.
I mean, trust for Gen Z is a bust.
Yeah, they apparently don't trust anyone. 13% of Gen Zers, whoa, load it up. There you go. Said that they could, that they could trust the majority of people. It's the lowest ever of trust issues for a generation. You can't be too careful. Millennials are slightly less paranoid at 24%. Most people could be trusted, 2/3, 67%, erring on the side of caution. Gen X and boomers had similar levels over the years of interpersonal trust with 30 to 20 and 29 respectively. This is a startling statistic because of how low it is on trust issues.
I'm shocked that Gen X is that high on trust. Because Gen X is we're a cynical lot, but I mean, it makes sense that Gen Z would be non-trusting because everything that is shown to them is a lie. I mean, you've got social media, you've got the internet, you've got this bullshit coming out every direction, and nobody's even hiding that as bullshit. So
sadly,
they're kind of growing up with it. I don't completely, blame them for feeling that cynical. But on that note, that's a nice, sad, dark story. Future generation. I wonder how Gen Alpha is doing.
They don't trust anybody. They're down to 1%. It's just going to go on. It's been going downhill. Obviously, you saw the numbers.
You know what's there is an interesting side effect though. Gen Z is doing something that hasn't been seen by many generations, and they're finding religion.
Yeah, that is true too.
The number of Gen Zers going to church and trying to get religion is through the roof. And I wonder if this might not be kind of related. Like, you can't trust in anybody. Maybe you could trust in God.
Well, those numbers
or whatever
haven't appeared. So we'll see.
I don't know. I'm just saying maybe they're trying to find faith in something, and that's why it's growing. But here's Cure the Dawn actually shared this earlier. I thought it was kind of a neat clip, especially with Mark covering Johnny Carson with his. It was a nice.
Let me tell you something. If you don't love Dolly Parton, you're not an American.
No, it's hard not to.
I'll say that much about Dolly Parton, one of the great Americans.
Agree. Major loss. Quite shocking to see that today. It was like, wow, of all people, I know she just lost her husband like last year, and I know she was some health issues, but I just figured, okay, delay of concert, this and that, whatever that happens at that time. But that really was quite startling. But I thought that would be a neat little clip. You're covering Johnny Carson right now, kind of putting the two.
He wanted to see those tits in the worst way. I think he made a joke about it, didn't he? Didn't he say something once?
In another one, yeah, I think he did, but he has to. But we will shift to our segment from here. All right, and let me see. Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
These are pretty recent, right? I think I did this morning.
But I just got them like not long before the show.
Literally just
they're new to me. They're torn.
They're still wet. They're still
exactly.
They're still wet.
Well, we're starting off with the LA's high hopes for the 28 Olympics.
This is air taxi launch pads set to take off. I know this sounds insane, but started out, I can't really read this because it's a little small for me, but LA is putting together these launch pads for these air taxis. It started with the French. The French got a contract, an experimental contract like I don't know, 5 years ago with LA to develop these taxis to fly around the city. It's higher than an Uber, obviously, but it's multiple people inside of it flying all over the place. They're putting pads everywhere, and these are not helicopters. They're a different type of hovercraft. Let me put it that way.
Are they kind of like drones? Like people moving drones, like, multiple propeller type things, or?
Yeah, I mean, there's a picture of one there.
I see
that one in the corner, the lower right. Well, not that. The one in the lower right, I think. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it looks more like that. Archer Aviation and AEG, and I think AEG might be the French one, announced plans Monday to develop a vertiport. Whoa. We'll see what happens with that. They want to have it by 2028, maybe of another century.
I'm curious. So LA just hates cars with
Yeah.
a purple passion.
But it's not the city of LA. The entire city loves cars. The Marxists have a stranglehold on the city. There is nobody in the city who hates cars. Only the Marxists are doing this to eliminate cars. The news story we covered last week about the tires has destroyed the tire industry. When I say tire industry, I mean mom and pop tire shops, who are now at loss for 70% of their inventory in a mom and pop family owned tire store because of these new regulations. But you're right. This is part of the anti-car movement.
Right. Well, it's ironic. I hope these don't actually use petroleum because, God forbid, aircraft spew out far more, terrible things for the environment and petroleum than anything. So it would just be the typical
one Henry Ford invention at a time they have to destroy. So they'll figure out how to get rid of the Rockefeller part later.
Okay. All right. Well, I have faith.
There's a lot of things that don't.
Fair enough. Read 'em and Sleep, a library housing bid is what? Is this gonna have the homeless move in or what? Mark vanished on us. Okay.
So to get some glasses here. Yeah, I think they're going to live in the libraries of San Diego. Why does it have to be the one resource that serves the community, that can teach ESL classes, that can be a safe haven for kids after school? The last paragraph is somebody who sums it all up, saying, why does it always have to be the fucking libraries?
You know what? I have a personal connection to this because Leslie was the library director. Thank God she was working on the military base, but the public libraries are a complete nightmare.
Because
she was
the people
get out of there.
The people who run, at least in Southern California, are the most far left Marxists in the state itself. The actual women and men running the physicality of the public library system are the most far left, unelected officials in the state itself.
Well, I mean, the ALA director, I believe, came out as a full-blown communist.
Yes, I'm saying this is like
the national market.
Believe me, I'm saying here, but here they are now going to let them sleep in the libraries themselves.
Ugh. And wait till somebody gets hurt. Remember, I did that bit on Austin, same exact issue, that gorgeous building, multi-million dollars, and just completely covered. People are threatened. They're being beat up inside. It's a complete nightmare. Good luck to him.
Oh, that's not the right card. Oh, yeah. This one, an Arizona grandfather is set to lose both his legs, Eric, after he tripped and collapsed on a sidewalk during an average 120-degree day in Arizona yesterday. Grant Seiler, 72, from Mojave County, laid helpless after falling during a walk in Bullhead City, which saw his body temperature rise quickly to over 105 degrees. August 3rd, he fell outside and was unable to get up for at least an hour, according to a GoFundMe campaign. By the time someone discovered him, it's not like he was in a valley or anything, but nevertheless, nobody's out there.
Right.
He had suffered severe burns across multiple parts of his body. I was just in Phoenix, and I could tell you, if somebody fell somewhere in Phoenix, nobody would see them having fallen in Phoenix. There was nobody on the streets the
No.
entire weekend I was there, because it was 113.
Yeah. He's lucky to be alive.
During surgery, doctors discovered the tissue in Seiler's right leg had been so badly damaged that it was unlikely to ever complete. In other words, it melted. The team determined an above the knee amputation would give him a better chance of healing. His wife Vicky has been making the 90-minute trip each way to be with her husband while continuing to work because of financial pressures. It's not just the heat. It's you can fall down like this guy did at the age of 72 and not get up because of the heat.
No,
I mean, so
believe
it's
me,
not just dehydration. Everybody always thinks it's dehydration, but sometimes it's odd things like this.
No, I grew up in this. We used to cook our lunch. You bring it, like have a burrito or whatever, in foil, and you just set it. You could set it on the sidewalk, set it on the hood of the car, whatever. I mean, it is so hot that, I mean, you fall down. He's lucky to be alive.
He's lucky to be alive. Yeah.
He really is. Oh my God. Ugh. Rattler strikes twice in Southern California household. Interesting.
An aggressive rattlesnake sent a woman to the hospital, then returned to strike her beloved pet. So it was a double strike by the rattler. While she was recovering in the hospital, the rattler doubled back. The victim was cleaning her cat's toys in the backyard in LA right here last week when the wily snake bit her on the index finger. One of her neighbors did something and she administered the anti-venom. She couldn't feel her legs anymore. Her face went numb. She was having a hard time swallowing. Her throat was closed up. A day later, while she was recovering, the same snake bit her pet cat, Magic, Eric. Carrie Quashen of Snake School in Santa Clarita was called on the scene to capture the reptile. I drove over there, but it wasn't where they thought it was. About an hour and a half later, I found it. Quashen said that families with kids and pets should be extra cautious. Again, this because of rising temperatures in Southern California. They come out of the woodwork, Eric, as you're well aware. But here it's not Tucson. So when it gets super hot here, they do come out, and that's when we really have a problem here.
Yeah, they're trying to find shelter. I mean, it sounds like it was getting into her place, and
I
don't know. They didn't say if this was the case, but what you described as symptoms makes me wonder if this is actually a desert Mojave. The desert Mojave is a unique rattlesnake in the sense that cobras have neurotoxins and rattlesnakes have hemotoxins. So the big difference is the cobras, for example, your nervous system shuts down, you can't breathe, things like that. Hemotoxin, it melts your insides. Wow. The desert Mojave is a unique snake because it actually has both. It has
that's nice
cocktail. And what you described from her makes me kind of wonder. They're also extremely aggressive. We had them at Fort Irwin. They would chase a vehicle.
Wow.
They were very, very aggressive. Normal rattlesnakes will kind of back away or whatever.
But they're quite timid. They're not that aggressive. The ones I've encountered in California.
I think that might have been a Mojave. I don't know for sure, but the behavior and her symptoms sound like she could have gotten a really bad deal. And I hope did the cat make it? I don't
know about the cat, but they'll charge her for that venom like tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh, great.
For some reason, this rattlesnake fluid or whatever they call the treatment is so expensive that they pass it along to the consumer.
Well, that would be you want to talk about genetic testing and stuff like that and whatever, that would be a great one to do, to try to manufacture some sort of synthetic anti-venom or
well, get Fauci on the phone. Maybe he could go to work on it when he's not experimenting on beagles.
Well, maybe the snake can experiment on Fauci.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Burglars in 2 Southern California lifts
Well, yeah, right by me. Mass burglars ransacked two California businesses during separate street takeovers. See, you take over the streets with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids, right? With the
Mhm.
cars. And then when the streets are taken over, you then break into the stores. The police never show up for the street takeovers. They've been advised not to show up. So they've now expanded the street takeovers into store break-ins, 7-Elevens, in this case, Lorena Pharmacy in Boyle Heights, confirmed to the Post. That was the first break-in video from the scene shows two suspects using a saw to cut their way into the pharmacy before grabbing baskets filled with merchandise and fleeing. They later responded, of course, to the Jack in the Box in East LA amid another street takeover, separate event. Two masked individuals allegedly made off with two entire cash registers, according to the LAPD.
Oh, how nice.
They will never be apprehended. We have looked as citizens on the news, watching it, hundreds of hours of video of this stuff happening with absolutely no arrests ever being made.
Lovely. Oh boy. All right. Well, here the thermometer means business. Last words in Death Valley.
Yeah, 128 there. It says Pierre Formosa, the guy on the left, died August 17th in Death Valley after his car broke down in the desert. Just a day before his death, Formosa joked about the 117-degree heat in a post he put up on Facebook. And now, sadly, he's dead. Age 68, shared a photo from Death Valley National Park. Only a schmuck would go there August 17th, but now he's dead. It's a great place to go in the winter.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of different flowers and rodents and everything else. But 117, he thought, hell could happen. Maybe if my car broke down from overheating, I could somehow survive. I was wrong. He then made a chilling reference to the very item that could have been critical to surviving the extreme conditions. Suffice it to say, quote, for this part of the trip, the cooler isn't just a travel companion, it's practically a member of the crew, meaning his camping cooler there.
I believe it. Have you ever heard of the Badwater race?
No.
They actually have an ultra marathon running through Death Valley, and it is completely bonkers with that. Like they have to have full suits on, like complete white reflective covering over their body to reflect the sun off of them. They have to change out their shoes because the shoes literally melt on their feet as they're running. I mean, it is like it's
well, in this story, these two men
cycle.
ultimately left the vehicle, began walking across the salt flats, Eric, in search of assistance. According to the Park Service, Formosa was unable to continue after walking just over a mile. His companion pressed on, eventually encountered a passing motorist who helped report the emergency shortly after 2 p.m. Rangers eventually found Formosa, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. So one of them lived, the other died. One of them pressed on, left his dead friend behind, and it was every man for himself.
That was the right move.
What are you going to do?
In fairness, if he didn't press on, they both would have died, and there was a chance he could have gotten help. So he did what he had to do.
No, I agree. I'm just saying one of them lived, one of them died.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. Ugh. Mad Pooper haunts Tulsa. What?
Police are hunting, Eric, for a twisted serial defecator who has befouled several businesses in Tulsa, Oklahoma, often while wearing only a thong, quote unquote, a cut open mask and a shower cap, end quote. Cops responded to a shopping center south of the city. Be on the alert, 4:30 a.m. Wednesday, after receiving reports that a mostly naked man had repeatedly pooped in a dog waste bag and smeared it on the walls and doors of a business. They have asked the public for any leads. As Dr. Drew has pointed out to me, poop is a currency of schizophrenics. They look at it as it's part of their possessions and guard it for years, and sometimes will do this as their currency to spread their storyline around. It's a schizophrenic thing that involving defecation. And when you go to see these homeless people, a lot of them on Skid Row have saved a lot of their poop as part of their possessions.
The more you know.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. I'm
sorry.
seeing the NBC "More You Know" banner in my head going.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
sorry.
Oh, well, we got blades and crystal meth. Now, this I feel terrible for them because schizophrenia is actually a disease. And I mean, I hope they get treatment. Ugh. Stewardess fatal plunge.
This is a weird one. I was just, a Southwest Airlines flight attendant was found dead near a dumpster after falling from a 24th floor of a 4-star hotel while on a layover in Hawaii. Jennifer Lupton's body was found by a hotel staffer early Thursday morning with an investigation into her death ongoing. According to KWTV, the Oklahoma mom, 50, a Southwest flight attendant for 23 years, was staying at the 4-star Hilton Hawaiian Village in Hawaii, in Waikiki, while on a layover. I have stayed at that same hotel, and it is a 4-star hotel. I don't think it has anything to do with her demise, but somehow she fell from the 24th floor or was pushed.
Wow. That sounds nice and dark. And I want to do something a little different because this happened last time. We ended on this dark story. So how about if we end on this? There's this clip here from Joe Rogan that made me think about you. Because it talks about your potential running mate when they were trying to recruit you to run for president.
Timothy, I think it was me and Timothy Leary.
Exactly. So here's a little clip on
the Peace and Freedom Party.
Oh, here you go.
Timothy Leary was probably the CIA construct who
You think so?
I think so. His wife thought that.
His wife thought
I
that.
believe so. I think
That's not true.
Yeah.
The FBI
Leary's research
became an informant because they had, for his own cowardice when he got back from Algeria. But go on.
Rumored to be linked to CIA, which allegedly provide funding. CIA was greatly interested in the effects of mind-altering drugs in the 1960s, and its drug research was incorporated into the controversial MK Ultra experiments.
That's true.
According to Walter Boart, Leary admitted to working for the CIA since 1962 as an important national asset. He's quoted by Boart as follows: "I would say that 80% of my movements, 80% of the decisions I made were suggested to me by CIA people. I like the CIA!" ! This is crazy. "The game they're playing is better than the FBI. Better than the Saigon police, better than Franco's police."
Interesting quote there.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I mean, he was vegetating out in a prison before the Weather Underground got him out of jail through a very, very hair-raising breakout of Timothy Leary in prison, and then smuggled him to Algiers. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that he did that the CIA could have intervened and helped him. You know what I mean?
I could see him working with them for MK Ultra, LSD. I mean,
you could say it, but there's no evidence of it. You could just simply say it, but that doesn't make it
true. I
could
see it. I didn't.
Yeah. No, I'm saying you could say it like this guy did, but there's no evidence of that.
Okay. Well, it was.
It's my running mate. You're talking about my running mate.
Oh, but forgive me. Well, which one of you is going to be the VP and which was going to be the
VP. I was the VP.
You were? Okay.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well,
it was President Leary. And I never, at that point, I knew Leary. I had conversations with Leary before, but not about as a ticket together. I mean, Leary told me stories personally about getting older and having senility and stuff like that. But we didn't discuss the ticket.
All right. Well, and there's your trivial moment at the end of.